Yesterday here in Canada, we had our federal election, and a message from a friend of mine who's also a student of A Course in Miracles this morning had me considering, post-election, what does it mean to come from a mindset based in love? So just by their nature, elections, cause there to be, a gap between people. We use terms like the political divide to describe the chasm that's there. And there are, significantly different points of view and, in a lot of cases, deeply rooted feelings that are connected to those. And so it's been interesting for me to sit with this morning, now that I've taken the course on at a different level, just to think about, seeing how the mindset based in fear shows up versus, what's possible with a mindset based in love. And an example of this that's really present for me, living right next door to my parents, is, how that exists between the two of them. For most of my life, they've had very different political views. And, sometimes post-election, they show up with each other with compassion and grace, and sometimes not. In those cases, it's what we might call a house divided. And so it's been interesting, just in conversation with them over, the past month and past months with the US election recently behind us to, as I've been, kind of studying these, two different mindsets, just to see how I experience that newly in the difference in their opinions and points of view. So one of the things that came up for me this morning was, just seeing how Marianne Williamson in our group coaching calls has been navigating the kind of inauguration of the new president. Obviously her being a candidate for the Democratic Party presidential nomination 2 times now. She's got a very clearly defined position and point of view around that. But what I've really admired and appreciated is both her humility, so a willingness to, kind of peel back the layers on her belief system and demonstrate that to us in our group coaching calls, but also, how she demonstrates what coming from a mindset based in love looks like on the field of play. So there's a number of times where she's prayed for the new president's leadership and happiness. That was a new experience for me, seeing someone do that towards an adversary. When I think about, kind of the principles that are at play for me, I think back to, coming from my second thought and first action being that space that I'm responsible for. Or as Viktor Frankl says, between stimulus, there's a space. And in that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth in our freedom. And, this is, a quote that I first heard in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People under habit 1, be proactive. And it's been something that, I've been mulling over for 26, 27 years now, since I first read the 7 Habits. And, as I think about the space that I'm choosing to hold in this post-election, kind of wake, the space that I choose to hold is one of compassion, recognizing that there are going to be people on the losing side of this election that are really going to be hurting today, or fearful, and just having compassion for what that feels like. I remember what it was like to have a very strong political point of view. I don't necessarily have one in this moment, but I remember what that's like because I used to. Also to extend grace, and that really, particularly, between people who have very differing points of view or party alignments, to hold a space of grace between them, because I believe that's a space that we come together in peace, and then to pray for love and the possibility of love in our country here, because I do believe that that's our best and highest path forward.